Good evening. Welcome to Soundtracks with Birdman. Tonight, Omen Month, the journey that we began a month ago, comes to a conclusion. Does it conclude with a bang, a whimper, or just a whatever? What say you, Boomer?
I would say that before we start the app, whatever was the Omen 4, which I did watch this past week on the
Oh, you did?
recommendation of Mr. Troy Pacelli. And oh boy, should I talk a little bit about that before we
Yeah,
get into this
yeah.
movie?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The Omen 4 was a made-for-TV sequel to the Omen 3: The Final Conflict. It does have a score by Jerry Goldsmith. It is not an original score by Jerry Goldsmith since they sampled tracks from the other movies and stuck them in the TV movie, which
Well,
I don't like it when people do that.
I almost wish they had just looked at the score from the Omen for this version of the Omen because they looked at everything else.
Yeah, in fact they probably should have. But yeah, with this remake we're doing tonight, this is I was rather hyped for this when this was coming out. It was coming out on June 6th, 2006.
Like Tuesday.
What?
It was like a Tuesday.
Well, that's because it was 666.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and it came out, and I don't think I even saw it in the theaters. I don't think I got around. I think I saw it on video, and it was there. And and it's interesting when we can watch movies like this, though. Have you ever seen the Psycho remake that Gus Van Sant made many years ago?
haven't. Do I need to?
Here's what Ty West. Ty West is who's a horror director I tend to like. He did a Trailers from Hell based on the Gus Van Sant Psycho remake, and he said he thought it was a fantastic experiment in film because basically, except for the fact that it was in color, Gus Van Sant basically took the same script, the same kind of even shots, and he used different actors and other than that, set in modern times, but he was trying to make it very close to the Hitchcock original. And I think the idea is if you have a different director doing the same exact movie, is it as good? Is it the same? Doesn't have the same effect? And the answer was no, it doesn't. What's missing? It's Hitchcock was missing. That's the problem. And he's not picking on Gus Van Sant. He said, he was just saying that something about Hitchcock doing that movie is what made it special. And the only thing I liked about the Psycho remake was William H. Macy in that. Remember the detective that is trying to find out what happened to
Killed on the stairs.
Yeah, him. William H. Macy plays him in the remake, and William H. Macy is really good in that role. I mean, the other actors are fine. I'm not picking any of them. Vince Vaughn is Norman Bates, and I do like Vince Vaughn, but everything seems off. But William H. Macy as that detective is very good. Yeah. So
who does Julianne Moore play?
The sister of what's her name? The one who
sister of the victim
dies in the shot. Marion, the sister of Marion Crane. Yeah.
Okay.
And Heche plays Marion Crane, which and Viggo Mortensen plays the boyfriend. Okay, and I'm trying to think what else. And it's just an odd film, and that's sort of what I feel about this Omen remake. It is very similar to the original, and do I like it as much? And I think the answer is no, and I'm going to get into that while we watch it, okay? But yeah. Omen 4, if you want to watch Problem Child with a female Antichrist, that's how I would dub that movie. Remember Problem Child with the little redhead kid and John Ritter? Remember those movies? Problem Child movies? That's what Omen 4 reminded me of. It was made for TV. The only thing I did learn about that, I did watch, there was an interesting interview with the screenwriter of Omen 4. He said that the producers of the Omen series were not happy with part 3. Okay? Remember the one we just watched last week?
Yeah.
They did not like the final conflict, and part of the problem with the final conflict is it ends the series. There's no Damien Thor had a daughter, and now it's going to start all over again, okay? You see the ending. A certain important figure comes back at the end. It's over. Okay, there's no.
What? So he didn't knock up British Barbara Walters.
No. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they don't even really explain it. Some young I don't know, maybe some college student and she dies in childbirth and gives birth to the daughter, who I guess has a embryo still in her that gets transmitted to the adopted mother so that the Antichrist can be born. It's just stupid. I'm sorry. No. No, no. There's stuff with like psychics and crystals and and I don't know what that has to do with this Omen series. And the little girl turned the crystal black, and the little girl's she's like character on A Problem Child. Wasn't good. Made for TV over here, in theaters in Europe. The Europeans always got stuck with our TV movies on the big screen. I don't know why that happened.
Okay.
The screenwriter was interested though. He said he always wrote 3 versions of the screenplay: one for the United States, one for Europe, and one for Japan. And the worst stuff was in Japan, the Japanese version. Little more hard stuff in the European version than it was light for the American. Probably because that'd be shown on TV. Stupid. I'm sorry. I've ranted enough about Omen 4, but we have Omen remake now. So, and I would assume that the purpose of an Omen remake is to reboot the series and jumpstart the series, so we can get an Omen 2 and an Omen 3 and follow Damien Thorne as he gets older and his ascent to power, and then we can have the big thing. And no, this never got a sequel.
Maybe we could get like a prequel where the jackal goes out on like Tinder and hooks up Satan.
Might as well. Okay, that would be more interesting than what I'm seeing these days. I was even thinking they should do like, or that could be like the pre thing in the. They never even explain that whole jackal nonsense. This doesn't make any sense to me. I don't even think that's biblical. That's just they made that up. Anyway. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Rant over. That's a joke.
Are you having a good week though? Are you having a good week?
My roof was being worked on all weekend and lots of hammering me, waking me up, and one of my eyes even got a little bloodshot. So I'm also exhausted as well. So this should be an interesting stream you and I will be having tonight. Crispy. Oh, Crispy's here. Like I said, he can listen in, but if he has the movie, wants to. Actually, it's not my stream; it's your stream. But yeah.
Crispy's welcome to hop in. If you want to hop in,
if he wants to hop in, you don't have to. I didn't want to feel like we were making him come on every week, but yeah. I mean, if he has thoughts on this, he may just want to listen in. I don't know.
Welcome to chat. Team Ghost Planet 3.0, such a epic sounding name. Big Al is here, who's been dropping a lot of content lately. If you're not subscribed to Big Al Presents, subscribe. He does lots of movie reviews.
Big Al did a cool movie review on Safety Not Guaranteed today. I actually like that movie. That has Aubrey Plaza and I believe Mark Duplass, and it's they examined this classified ad about this gentleman puts in the paper and about how he's invented a time machine. He's seeking a companion to go time travel with him, and they go investigate. It's an interesting little movie. Zootopia says there was no soul to the remake and no point if it was not going to be shot for shot redo. Well, it might have been better if it was. I'm sorry, I'm being mean to the movie. We love Omen remake here. There is no soul to the movie. You know what this movie doesn't have in the score? Did you get a love theme at all in the remake score?
I thought the score was very generic. I liked some of Marco Beltrami's work. He was a student of Goldsmith. I don't care for the score at all. I think it's just like, okay, it's there. I don't feel anything. It's just,
Can you imagine if Jerry had just lived a few more years, we could have gotten another Omen score out of him, right?
Why didn't they just reuse the same score?
I don't know why they didn't reuse the same score. You can do that.
If you have permission, you can.
They obviously have permission because I'm hearing little hints of the Omen theme in this. So
who owns the rights to the score? Does Goldsmith own the rights to the score, or does 20th Century Fox? Because if the studio owns the score outright, they can do whatever the hell they want with it.
Yeah, but even so, is it still cheaper? For starters, I'm hearing Omen riffs of the original score in this score, but it's not the original Omen score.
Yeah,
and it's maybe they thought it sounded too 70s. Maybe that's what it is. But actually, no. How does Goldman have the rights to the Omen score? They can just use it in Omen 4 willy nilly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I doubt he approved that. Like when the psychic fair is burning down and you hear the fox hunt theme during that, which is a very inappropriate place to put that music.
Hmm. Welcome, Rebecca Martins. Thank you for dropping by tonight.
Hello, Rebecca. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're doing the Omen remake tonight. But I was hyped because I thought, hey, well, maybe this. I see. I'm not against remakes. A lot of people hate remake. I'm actually no. Strike that. Reverse it. I'm against them now because I'm just sick of them. But Hollywood. I want to put something else. Hollywood has had a long history of doing remakes. This is nothing new. The Maltese Falcon that we know and love. That was the third version of that movie. Did you know that? Okay.
I did not.
A remake can be fine as long as it's good. Okay. The Fly was a remake that I really like, and I think is complements the original. And I'm not even saying that I hate this movie. I kind of get what they were trying to do. I just feel it falls flat. I think Zootopia brought that up, but we'll get into it. I mean, the casting choices, I think, are rather good in a lot of these roles, like sort of the modern equivalents of those classic actors we saw in the old movie. I mean, I think what's his name, Liev Schreiber. He's considered one of the greatest actors of his generation, much like Gregory Peck was. Well, I don't know. He was in X-Men Origins Wolverine as Sabretooth.
I mean, there's Atticus Finch, and then there's Sabretooth in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
No, Liev Schreiber, he's been in stuff. He's on Ray Donovan, which he got a lot of acclaim for. That's a Showtime series, which I haven't seen. So I'm his performance seems a little muted in this. Julia Stiles is kind of there.
I've never cared for her.
Yeah. What are the biggest things she's been in? The Jason Bourne movies? I think she's been in those. Yeah. And Pete Postlethwaite as the priest.
Yeah, I just felt the film was kind of like, have I seen this before? Like, it looks nicer than the first one. But
that in some ways I think is the detriment, because I kind of feel like The Omen is a movie of its time. It needs to stay in the 70s, okay? And of course they could have always set it in the 70s. Of course that doesn't make much sense. I don't know. They didn't need to remake it. That's what it boils down to. Why did they remake it? They wanted some money. Okay? And they could have at least used this as a template to do new sequels. And they got the original screenwriter to do this new screenplay for it. Okay, I believe they brought him back.
They
said screenplay by the same writer.
Yeah,
didn't it?
But see, someone else wrote the script, but the board that determines who gets credit for it said, "No, this is the same script. You gotta give credit to the original author."
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so
I was like, "Wow!" So he didn't do anything. Someone else did, but the guy that did the work didn't get any credit for it. So,
Brewster's Millions have been remade about 5 times. I've only seen Brewster's Millions. Have you seen Brewster's Millions, Daniel?
I have not. Do I need to?
It's a good movie. It's got Richard. You like Richard Pryor?
Not particularly. I'm not much of a funny person.
It has John Candy in it. You like John Candy?
I like candy.
Okay, moving right along. Anyway,
there's several jokes there. I just left.
That'll be the challenge in the new year. Get you to watch more comedies. Okay, that's
probably so.
Okay, but here we have Omen in November, because why not? Okay, it's the 6th month of the year. Well, it's the 11th month of the year.
Okay, and just why we're talking about this, we will have a show next week. We are doing Clue with Chris P. I believe next week. No show on the 17th. I will be at a concert out of town, and then the following Wednesdays, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Hard to believe, I know, but it is upon us. So we will have what will be our second annual just chit chat about what's on sale, what we're going to buy, what we're going to eat, what size pants we will be in next year after the holidays, so on and so forth. So join us for that.
It depends if we can find a nice turkey on this. Of course, turkey isn't that bad calorie wise, actually.
I like to cook bison myself.
Okay. Well, you might as well this year, because I heard turkeys could be in short supply.
I had trouble finding bison when 45 was in office. I don't know how it is now.
You know what I am going to recommend to you, though, if you're at a Cracker Barrel, you want to get yourself the Southern fried turkey. Want to give it a try?
I didn't like that. I tried it. I didn't care
You
for it.
didn't like it? Oh man, some people don't like it. Okay, never mind. All right, so you excited about the Omen 666, which I guess is the official title of this one, because even though it's not, because it's just the Omen, it's a remake. It's
Yeah.
got a child I don't like as much in it as Damien because he's
Let's just
creepier.
press
And that
play and get this over with.
3, 2, 1. Okay, you want to do 3, 2, 1?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Play. All right. 20th Century Fox.
I
Albert
miss
wrote this fanfare. God bless him.
I miss 20th Century Fox.
I do too. Do you know what I miss? I miss the shows that were on FX that are not on Disney Plus because Disney owns them, but they don't show them.
They're on Hulu.
Okay.
Disney also owns Hulu, so you can do the
Is
big
The
package.
Shield on Hulu?
It's the what?
The Shield?
I don't know. I'll look it up for you after the movie. I can tell you before you head
Okay.
on up. Shield is a good show.
Yeah.
I had. Did you ever watch the whole thing? I have my own theory as to
Terrible
how that.
time. Terrible times.
My brother had some predictions. One of the predictions was Vic Mackey is now heading the Department of Homeland Security. After that
The
show
original
ended.
ending had him committing suicide.
No. He got hired. No, he got to come in and do that thing. And I guess at some point somebody liked him, and he's now the head of the Department of Homeland Security. What was the place called in that? The main hub. And well, I'll tell you. Well,
The
what am I
barn?
talking? Yeah, it sounds like something out of The Warriors. Okay, which is a gang movie from the 70s, which I will get you to watch one day. Even though the soundtrack portion, I believe, is done by Tangerine Dream. But anyway, we'll get there one of these days. We have the 3 comments coming, okay? And we have this kind of...
This scene was not in the original film.
No, it's not. These are all the Vatican scenes, okay? The Vatican seems pretty aware of what's going on here. They seem not to be aware of what some of their priests are doing with jackals. Unbeknownst to... But yeah, here we go. See, this part, this means the Twin Towers falling. That was predicted in this, and then this is this, and this is this, and this is this, and that means we're all doomed. And it's like, I don't know. I would figure this would be like a fulfilling of the mission statement, right? I mean, this is what they've been waiting for, right? Because eventually this means Christ's return, right? So, Marco Beltrami, there you go. What do we think, huh? Like the score?
No, not. I mean, it's fine in and of itself. It's not fine for the
Is that
Omen.
something you're going to be listening to on its own?
No, I mean, I listened to it like twice, all the way through back to back. And I'm just like,
It should have grabbed you at least by the second
it's
time.
not.
So.
It's not the Goldsmith score.
No, it's not.
I mean, how do you? It's like the question I always ask myself is, what if John Williams doesn't score the next Indiana Jones film? What happens when John Williams can't score a Star Wars film?
You get Hans Zimmer.
Shut up. No.
Okay.
I just returned all your Christmas gifts.
I do like the Zimmer score for Blade Runner 2049. I will talk about that if we ever get around to that movie. I thought that was a good. Is that Olive?
No, got a Kong. I didn't give it to her. That's okay.
Okay, wind and rain pounded the earth. So they're having a meeting saying, okay, we're in the end times. Is that what I'm getting from all this?
Yeah. And I mean, this is kind of nice, you know? It's something different.
Something different we didn't see in the original. Okay. So flaming star fell. Okay. I don't know. It's all rather grim. I guess they're doing a presentation. You got to turn down the lights, right?
Yeah.
There are always floods. Of course, the prediction of disease could work today, right? Plague. Okay, so Yeah, I'm not. This is not suspending my disbelief. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I think back to End of Days. They had a scene like this at the beginning of End of Days. Remember? They're like, "Hey, look, it's happening," and they're bringing. That's what this reminds me of. I think they ripped off End of Days. Remember? Where they
Yeah.
wasn't the Pope in that, and they were saying all this stuff is happening now. Just I don't know. And now everyone's okay. Well, he seems pretty collected though.
And again, I would think there's some Swiss guardsmen who could just take care of this.
You think?
More so than some priests. I'm just saying. And I'm not knocking Catholic priests, but
They're not. They're not even. They're not. Are they even aware? They're not even aware of him existing at this point. They're like, oh, he's gonna. It's one of your own, dude. It's not some guy posing. He was actually in your organization. And then I guess he catches on fire at some point.
it's a large organization. You can't know everybody.
I
You know?
know. Obviously, we've known that for many years. But okay. Leave Shriver. What do we think of him? Gregory Peck match. What do we think? Huh?
No,
Uh,
no.
okay. Well. He seems rather muted in this, okay? Like he's kind of like not very passionate. Whereas Gregory Peck, he's just kind of he's like the face of America, really, if you think about it. He just exudes that let me look up. I'm trying to figure out who plays all these things. But he gets his face melted off at some point. We see him later on, don't we? This priest right here.
I think this movie might be scarier than the first one for me.
I think it's trying to be scarier than the first one, and I think that's why it doesn't work for me. I mean, this is. Oh, I mean, actually, no. Let's not pick on Shriver's performance though. Him crying here, he's like trying to contain it, and that's not bad. That's good acting right there. I'm not, you know. Again, though, he is rather young to be the ambassador. Of course, at the same time, it makes sense. Like I don't know how old Gregory Peck and his wife were in the first
I think
one.
Gregory Peck was older than his wife.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'm trying to figure out. Omen. That was common. You typically see older actors with younger love interests in movies of old. But Lee Remick, okay. And do we like Julia Stiles as much as Lee Remick? And
I just don't care for Julia Stiles. She just rubbed me the wrong way.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not getting the feeling. I got to be honest with you. I see Lee Remick and Gregory Peck in the first one. And this is a couple in love. Okay? And that's what makes the whole the whole winding of everything very tragic in the first one. Whereas this, I'm not seeing it. I don't know. Is it me?
I just don't like Julia Stiles. So I
I don't know. Some people like her, some people don't. I don't know what she's been in lately. I think she was on some series years back where she was playing a prostitute, but I don't know what else she's been in since then. So here we go. Again, I'm still finding this whole thing puzzling. Does Damien get baptized or doesn't he? Because they're in a Catholic hospital. Are they just not practicing? Was it the closest hospital while he was working in Italy?
normally you don't baptize an infant unless the infant's like, imminently going to die. That's an emergency baptism.
I suppose so, yeah. But
If you had a child baptized, you have to go to baptismal classes for however many weeks, and then you schedule it. But if they think the child's going to die at any
I know
moment,
in the Middle Ages they would get the kid baptized like as soon as possible.
Well, yeah, because babies didn't live very long.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this was the last major motion picture I saw her in, other than that last Bourne movie where her character kicked the bucket. Spoiler alert. Okay. I'm I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling any of it here. Maybe it's the score. I'll be honest with you. like you genuinely feel for the family in the first one. You actually do not want bad things happening to them. Whereas on this feels like something out of a TV commercial. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you.
I mean, like in the first one, like little Damien, you could kind of see both ways. It's like, is he bad or is he just a little kid? Because he didn't really talk in the entire film.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
here they're kind of like pushing him, like, no, this guy's just like,
He looks warped in this movie from beginning to
yeah,
end. That's another problem I have with this. They're not understanding that there's supposed to be guesswork and doubt if this kid's really evil, whereas the kid in this one's no, he's no good. How old is Damien in that last scene? Is that the same kid we see as for the rest of the movie? Look like a different
no,
kid to me.
he gets bigger.
Okay. So we have this. How's your Italian lessons going?
Mine, they're not going at all.
No, this thing, and I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not seeing them. I'm not seeing them as a couple in love. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's not chemistry between the actors. I don't know what's going on here. He's very stiff. Like, even when he's smiling, it's like I'm hearing the creaking. You know what I'm saying? It's
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe that's mean. Okay. It's just. I think they were updating it because, the kids are not going to want to go see the Omen from, what is it, 1976. They're going to be like, this movie's old, and they're just not going to see it. Well, here, go see this shiny new version. Look, everything's shiny. The cars are shiny.
That street don't look very shiny.
If only they'd gotten J.J. Abrams to direct, we could have had lens flare, too. I'm sorry. I saw the director. I was watching a little bit of the behind the scenes. One of the annoying things about the Blu-ray, I got the fancy Omen box set from Shout Factory that comes with all the movies, including the Omen, the unfortunate Omen 4, and I was hoping there'd finally be some retrospective stuff on this movie, saying how do people think of it now, all these years later. But no, it's just the same crap I think that was on the original Blu-ray. I mean, I haven't explored everything, but it just. I don't know. They were explaining how like weird things were happening on the set with this one. I think they lost a night's worth of shooting because the negative got exposed or something. I don't know. The director was complaining about it. Who's this British fellow who I've never heard of? But
Did their cinematographer get shot by a prop gun though?
no. Here we go. Again, we have the British ambassador. He's going to get caught on fire. Again, who is doing all of this anyway? Okay. Is this the devil?
That's what you call, ladies and gentlemen, a freak accident. That is freaky.
Of course, I think the point is I don't think that was CG, right? They used actual pyrotechnics.
Rebecca Martin brings up a good point. Her kids love the 1970s version, and her kids are young children.
Yeah, this version. Why does it fall flat, though? It's largely the same, correct? So do we then just, I guess, because we put the Omen. The Omen's one of the great horror movies of the 1970s. So we have that on the pedestal, and then we see this, and now we're pointing out how is this not as good? Maybe that's just the automatic reaction. Look at this scene when they're in the house. I'm not. This strikes me as a man who's having an affair with his wife. This does not strike me as a man who was in love with his wife like in the first movie. Am I wrong here? Are you getting any kind of affection between these two?
Not really interested in anything. Hello, Andrew.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. I don't know.
Hey, boomer. Andrew's in the house. Hey, Andrew. How you doing? Happy Thanksgiving, if we don't see you before. And I saw La La Land is dropping Miracle. No, it's A Wonderful Life, I think. And Call of Duty something by Bear McCreary this month, a couple days.
Oh, is that a game soundtrack?
Yes.
And It's a Wonderful Life, the classic Jimmy Stewart movie, Frank Capra?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
If I remember correct, I looked at it this morning.
You got this job because you earned it. Well, I'm only 34. That isn't that rather young for a British ambassador?
Yeah. Yeah, man, you'd have to grace the right political campaigns to get that job at
See, I think
34.
maybe he was in his 40s. This might make a little more sense. I don't.
Or his 50s.
Yeah. See, it's not okay. Well, that's some kiss. I'm
Did
sorry.
you get Legend yet, Andrew? I heard it's already shipping. Mine hasn't shown up. So just wondering if you got yours yet. And Boomer, did you order Legend?
I did. I did.
Okay. Have you
Not
gotten it
gotten
yet?
it yet. Not yet. Not
Okay.
yet. Look at the geese, huh? The geese in this Omen movie are better than the geese in the original. Superior in every respect. I'm sorry. Because I noticed what you said you wanted, because I think you wanted to compare scores, and it's interesting. Can you compare the remake score, and then you listen to it, and you're like, yeah, it's not. And I think I'll be honest with you. Do you think that this may be a emblematic of a lot of modern scores, especially starting in the 2000s? Of
Yeah.
they're just
Yeah.
kind of there.
Yeah.
I think one thing I used to not like about the old Hollywood movies is that they tended, some of them didn't tend to have these big memorable scores, but then when I started hearing more modern movies, I'm like I could start watching old movies again because in some ways they have better scores because it's just okay. Oh no. This is meant to be scarier though, yes. And that's part of the problem. Because I think in the original, you're guessing about this kid actually being, the son, because he's a normal kid for the most part until you get to those weird scenes. That's like in the car when he freaks out when they're going toward the church. Remember, it kind of comes as a shock. Where here, he just looks weird. Okay,
See, he's older here than he was in the first one, isn't he?
I think so. He must be at least 6 years old. Yeah, he is older here. He's not the age he was in Omen, Damien Omen 2, but he's not the little kid. Like in Omen 1, I think what is he, 3 or 4? Like maybe he's saying a few words, but he's not even that talkative because I guess he's still learning how to speak, right?
Yeah.
Like he might say mommy or daddy or something like that. He's not like full on just I don't know.
Andrew, did you want John Williams tickets? You did want tickets? I will check in on those for you and let you know. I was unclear if you wanted the tickets or not. So if you do want them, let me know, and I will see what I can get for you.
Look at that cake. How do you cut that cake?
Very
Like, do
carefully.
you cut like the big piece in half? Because I can't eat. Okay, I do like this choice as the replacement for David Warner. Okay, let me find out what his name is. I should know by now.
David, starts with a T.
Yeah, let me find out. I've seen him in other movies. He was the villain in the Wonder Woman movie that came out recently. He was in
Yeah,
Harry
he's
Potter
in Harry
movies.
Potter.
He's a good British actor. He was a good choice as a replacement. I'm okay with him in as a replacement for David Warner. He's a good choice.
I like the Rottweiler better.
In this movie,
Yeah. Well, I like the Rottweiler better from the first one. This
yeah.
is
Well,
this
so I was
is
about to say, I'm like, not
it's
that
like
I'm
a
really paying
German
attention.
Shepherd.
They don't spend a lot of time. Oh, is that what it is? Wait a minute. That's
It's
not even a
something.
Rottweiler.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. I like the Rottweiler better.
Stupid. This is just not. Oh, look, the dust is falling off. Damien.
And I normally don't say this, but the girl from the 1970s was way more attractive than the girl from 2006.
Yeah, I mean they do sort of have a similar look, but yeah, she was prettier. She looks even more
And
British.
why,
Okay,
why can't she break the window like she did last time?
because they have to do things differently. Instead, you have the it's about subverting your expectations. You were expecting that window to get broken. She just hits the wall, and here we have the scream, and then everybody runs out, and some kids in a lion costume because weirdness. I don't like this. Yeah, David Thewlis as a Keith Jennings. Yeah, he's waving at the dog. He just
Yeah,
looks.
here they
The kid is just
I-
evil from the get go.
yeah.
Like he's already aware of what he is. I think I'm not. Everything looks nice and drab in the modern style. I'm sorry.
Like drabby blue.
Sometimes when colors are not this or don't pop a lot, I say why not just make the movie in black and white? Okay. But I guess it's supposed to be England, right? So I guess that's how Hollywood sees
Yeah,
England. Drab.
there's color in England.
Oh, I'm saying that's how Hollywood's. Well, there was color in the original movie that took place in England. Okay. Okay. See, in the original when this scene happens, this scene actually makes me like Gregory Peck's character, you know, in the original
Yeah.
movie because I get that he's not a jerk. He could have very easily lost his cool and just said, you know, get out of my way, you vulture or whatever, you know, the reporters. But he actually shows them some decent some amount of decency. And of course, I don't know, maybe the press wasn't as bad back in the 70s. I don't know, but do you ever see him at a desk in this?
I don't think so.
I always see him standing
Not
around, like
like,
building, like just. He's standing on the eagle. Pete Postlethwaite as Father Brendan. Good substitution. I don't think anybody can beat Patrick Troughton, but he was a good choice. Uh, Again, though, I feel like I'm watching the same movie, except not quite as good. And I don't
it's like the
know.
scenery's different.
It's too glossy. Too. It must have had a much higher budget than the original. I don't know. Or maybe all that money in the original went to Gregory. Oh no, Gregory Peck didn't. You said he took a discount on
Big,
salary to get more in
bigger
profits,
picture.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What else has this director done, John Moore? Let's see. Filmography. We have Behind Enemy Lines, Flight of the Phoenix, The Omen, Max Payne, A Good Day to Die Hard in 2013.
That was a Marco Beltrami score.
Yeah. Did I like A Good Day to Die Hard? No, I didn't. That was the last one that was made. That one.
No, that was. Wait,
The one
maybe I
in
was thinking
Russia.
of Die Hard. Am
What?
I? Am I
What?
thinking of Live Free or Die Hard? That was the one that took place over 4th of July.
That was Live
And
Free and Die Hard.
what?
A
Are
Good
you
Day to
sure?
Die Hard takes place in Russia. He meets his son.
Okay.
And it's about has his son in it instead of his daughter. Okay. And IT. The IT
But it wasn't a
thriller.
Christmas movie, right?
No, I don't remember. I saw it once and that was enough. Okay. I actually didn't hate Live Free and Die Hard. Of course, other people do hate it. I'm not going to defend it with my life or anything because it's not that. I saw its mother. You're referring to my wife. It's mother, Mr. Thorne. It's mother. His mother is a jackal. I'm still trying to figure out the logistics of this. They have not explained this in any of these movies. Okay. Damien's daughter's mother wasn't a jackal. At least I don't think she was. I now have
I could
a
say
bad
something
image.
really fast here, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
I will practice restraint.
Plus, this is 2006, so this is getting dated at this point too now, right? Or have we just all frozen in time and the decades now blend into each other? I mean, do you think this looks like a new movie, or could it have been made yesterday, or do you think it's something that's like do the 2000s have an identity? The first decade, the aughts.
That's right. Raising children is work.
Raising children is work. Okay.
It is noble work. Oh Lord.
Well, Andrew is excited. Okay. We like the way Julie Stiles dresses. Nice sweater, huh? Turned up collar, bit loose. I don't know. It's
I like her hair. She's got nice hair.
She got nice hair. That's yeah.
hair.
I think Lee Shriver has nice hair too. So there you go.
Okay.
They're kissing again.
Are they? Is that kissing?
It's something.
That's not how I would kiss Julia Stiles. Although that's not far off, but I'd just be like,
You're not. Yeah, I'm just saying. It's. Oh, we have one more audition, and of course this of course got everybody excited because who's playing Mrs. Krabby Pants? Okay.
Was that a term I made up for?
What?
Krabby Pants? Is that what I called her?
No, hold on.
I think Krabby Pants is what
Baylock, Beelzebub, whatever her name is. Okay, the Baylock. Okay, Mrs. Willa Baylock is played by Mia Farrow. What movie was Mia Farrow in?
A Woody.
Yes, several Woody Allen pictures, but she was also in Rosemary's Baby, another movie about an Antichrist being born. Of course, that's more about leading up to the birth rather than the stuff that happens after. So, of course, we have to get Mia Farrow to be Mrs. Baylock. Do you like her as much as the original Mrs. Baylock?
No.
No. There we go. Yeah.
She doesn't look like a Krabby Patty.
Mrs. Baylock in the original, it is scarier. She I don't know. Is everyone in this too normal looking? I don't know. It's just it's not working for me. Like she's actually giving a good interview. Like Mrs. Baylock is just I don't know. May I see the boy? Okay. Now she looks evil, right? They should just have her eyes go like completely black, right? While she's talking to Damien. But yeah, we have Mia Farrow in there because there's a horror legacy with her playing Rosemary and Rosemary's Baby. So we have her in this. To be fair, she's not the worst part of this movie. I mean, you got to get somebody to play Mrs. Baylock. It's just the original actress terrified me. Like the original actress actually looks like a credible threat against Gregory Peck. Okay, like she could very well kill him. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Again, I guess people still do process photos, right? The old-fashioned way. These in 2006.
In 2006,
right?
I don't know.
He's old school. Maybe this movie shouldn't be copying a movie made in 1976 when we have things like digital cameras and internet and other things. I think you have a scene with some guy with somebody looking something up online on the internet. There you go. Okay, that's how you can tell it's modern times. Yeah, see, there's a computer right there. Modern times.
Speaking about modern times, do you know what a DSLR means on a digital camera?
DLSL would D what?
I don't know. Rebecca's daughter wants a digital camera, and neither one of us knows what the hell we're doing.
Oh, get with me after the stream. I don't know what I'm doing either, but I'm also buying a digital camera for somebody for Christmas. So
Okay.
I'll tell you what was told to me. Apparently Canon is a good brand, I think. Tell you what, if you wait a week, I'll get more information for you. All right.
Okay.
But I'll get some links. They can range from kind of it's kind of expensive. They have a range of prices on them too. Some of them can be quite pricey. Some are simpler, but I think you want to get her a decent camera. We'll talk about it after the stream.
Okay.
Mrs. Baylock, have my son. See, no, I'm not. Is it because the couple is so young in this? I don't know what it is. I don't like him. He's making the frumpy face. I'm picking on this movie too much. There's good. They're
No,
good
no, you're not. I mean, it's...
I mean, I used to have this on DVD, and I had the original one on DVD, and eventually I had to do some DVD weeding, and this DVD disappeared. Maybe ended up as a donation somewhere. Then I got it again because I wanted to get the whole set so we could do because I could see all the Omen movies again, and then because I like part 2. I know you had some issues with it, but part 2 I think is solid. 3 I don't like, but I do like Sam Neill in it as adult Damien. He's good in it. If it had been Sam Neill in a different Omen movie, I would have liked it a lot more. And this pull out her hair. It's terrifying.
And I'm sure living in London, the boy has driven by a church at some point in time.
Up until
I'm just saying, I've never been to London, but I would imagine there's a bunch of churches in London.
Yeah,
at least the first one, they drove out in the middle of nowhere, and there was a church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, there are a lot of churches in London. There are a lot of churches everywhere. Okay, I mean, but maybe it's because they were going to go into one. But I don't even think they got that far. In the original, up until that point, Damien seems like a normal kid, doesn't he?
He does.
This is the first alarm bell. We're getting alarm bells from the get-go in this movie. I don't like this house either. I like the original.
Yeah, there's a lot of white in this house.
I don't like it. That cut, that's not as believable as it was in the first one. I'm sorry.
He does not dress anywhere near as nice as Gregory Peck did.
Well, to be fair, that's because the 70s dress is top. You got.
Hey,
you're supposed to have the sports jacket and the turtleneck.
My house in a sweatshirt. I'm just saying. Y'all ever see me on video in a sweatshirt? No.
Shriver, his whole character in this is bored. Yeah, I got named ambassador to London. Great. It's a good opportunity.
But I'm only 33.
I'm only 33. I'll smile. I'll smile a little bit there. And I'm sorry. Bored. So Julia Stiles here. He's different. Like, does he yell at all in this movie? Like, does he raise the pitch of his voice at any point? I'm trying to remember now.
Not Gregory Peck?
Does he get angry? Does he yell? Okay, because I saw Gregory Peck doing that. He looks like he should be in a yoga pose humming. I'm just saying. I don't.
Oh, Lord. Thank you for that mental image. Andrew, if
Okay.
you're still here, get with me tomorrow. I'm trying to sort out this ticket thing for you. And for some reason, I can't log in. Although I use the same password for everything, which is Boomer is an awesome dude. And it's not.
Oh, thank
taking
you.
my
Yes,
password.
yes. Okay, so we get a little dream sequence. Then get this in the first one. She has her wrist slit. He's got some weird face mask on, and okay, that's how we know Damien's evil.
Yeah, and and I suppose if I hadn't seen the first one, that might,
I wouldn't know because I watched the first one because I can watch older movies, and I don't have a problem watching older movies. Not everything has to be made new. Because eventually this movie is going to be old as well, okay? And it's just going to be forgotten. I don't like it. They had an Omen animated film. I will have to hunt that down. They could have had an Omen Saturday morning cartoon. What do you think? Huh?
No, I don't.
I think that could have worked. The further adventures of young Damien causing shenanigans in the White House. It could be about when he was holding the president's hand. It could be about the week he spends at the White House. And it's like Dennis the Menace, but with the Antichrist, I'm just saying. Okay, so this is a Rottweiler, right?
No.
What is it?
It's that same black dog.
Everything's in shadows. Quiet down. Why are there no Rottweilers in this movie?
I don't know.
I'm complaining too much. You know what I think they should have done? Okay, they should have had Rachel Nichols play Mrs. Baylock. I'm just saying. Okay. Anyway, okay. It's the same dialogue from the first movie, okay? I'm watching a movie I already saw several times again, and I don't like it as much. And that's what this movie is. It's like the first
Give me
one.
one second.
I don't like it as much.
Go on complaining.
I'll go on complaining. How we doing, chat? People listening to me whine. Best laid plans of mice and men. We because I want to do the first Omen and a Birdman. Thought it'd be a good idea to do the Omen remake, and then I figured, why don't we just do all of them? Okay. I had other movies. We were just going to do like a devil theme month. I was going to do Race the Devil with Warren Oates and what's his name? Peter Fonda. But we'll save that for another time. I don't know, though. I'll think about what we're going to do next Halloween, huh?
Casper. I like that movie.
We could do Casper. I haven't seen it. I have it on digital, though. Why is he in this weird little uniform? Is he in private school now or something? Is he like a Boy Scout? What is that?
I think that's what everybody in England wears. I'm joking. That's not what everyone in England wears.
I don't know. My favorite character that was representative of England is always going to be Austin Powers. the 60s British slang he kept using in that movie. Oh boy. Now they're in a fancier zoo. They're not on some safari. Do they not have those drive-through safaris anymore? Is that why they had to do this scene this way? With the animals going
good
nuts?
Question. I did a drive-through safari in Arizona. It was really cool.
Was it when this movie was made?
No, this was like, last month.
Well, then what's the big deal? Then they must still have them at places in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't like him. He's the beast. They're all screaming at him. I kind of like this in the original too, and I'll say this: that the animals know something's wrong, right? That's my more interpretation of the scene than he's controlling the animals. It's like they know something's wrong. Unless he's trying to. I don't know. All this staring. He must be in school or something because they're all in uniform, right?
Yeah. I think the original scene was a bit more frightening because it was definitely more prolonged.
Yeah, and plus they're in the car and they're by themselves. I'm not. That scene wasn't.
And those monkeys actually did go monkey crazy. Remember? I told you.
Yes. The baboons, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, baboons.
I don't like it.
Andrew, if you're still here, I got you in. I got you 2 seats.
Boomer, Rachel Nichols, or Phoebe Cates. I'd like to see Phoebe Cates as a Mrs. Baylock. Who did she end up marrying? Kevin Kline, I think. Phoebe Cates.
Yeah, yes, you did. Explain that to someone. Please.
I don't know. Something happened today, Kate? She not going to say anything? Well, we were at the zoo and okay, and all the gorillas started going nuts because they said, this boy looks evil, and I think he's evil, and I think we need to drown him in the river before it's too late. That's how I would start that conversation. There's just something about Damien. That's the title of the movie. That's what the title should have been. There's something about Damien. Okay.
I mean, in the original version,
movie.
She wasn't at this point in the film. She was still just like, hey,
no,
went kind of crazy and the giraffes ran off.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not liking this movie. I'm sorry. This is the 3rd time I've watched it. Okay, this is just. I did watch it again before the rewatch because
I mean, everything is just like, look at their house. It's either white or it's like a really pale blue.
Everything is very bland in this. There's no character. That's the problem. There's no character in this movie. Did Zootopia say something similar? I like the Omen to me is firmly set in 1970s London, but that's part of its charm. It feels like it. This doesn't feel like anything. This has this what's with this weird sculpture of this dude with the hair staring up? Oh, that was okay. That was my mistake. That was the opera he went to, and Pete Postlethwaite was going to go. Okay, I thought they had that up in their house. Why is he going to the opera without his wife?
She doesn't like opera. I'm just throwing that out there.
I am eating a Jolly Rancher I stole from work. These are the worst things for your teeth. I should not be eating it.
I really miss the chorus a lot. Although I am hoping I can get, the Omen chorus out of my head now after we're leaving these films behind. Boomer.
Well, you may have to wait till Home Alone because that's when you have a children's chorus, and
Yeah.
Substitute that, okay?
Gladly.
She's brushing her teeth.
And who the hell has a room that looks like this?
This entire movie has the great and the good, the wealthy and the elite. That's who has nice bathrooms like this with marble floors and nice satin red robes.
Wait. You don't have a satin red robe, Boomer?
No, I do not.
Oh. Okay.
Now she's awake. And Leaf Striver's not there because he's at the opera.
And
late at
Boomer,
night.
did you change your mind about going to see John Williams in April?
I don't know. I can't plan that far ahead, so
I
at least
can
not
still
right
get you.
now.
I can still get you a ticket.
No, don't do it. Don't do it until I know for sure. And
Okay.
I don't know. I'm thinking no at this point, but if that changes, I'll let you know. But it may,
You realize he's turning 90 in February.
I know, I know, I know, I know, I know.
Right. Zootopia, did you want to go see John Williams in Pittsburgh in April? Anyone in the chat, if you want to go see John Williams in Pittsburgh in April, let me know. I can get you a ticket. You can PayPal me the money for it. There's a few tickets left. I can make it happen, but we need to make it happen soon, like tonight or tomorrow.
Does Damien have a knife? Don't I look okay? I'm making a peanut butter and blood, I mean jam sandwich.
Zootopia tickets, if you figure like, do you want one ticket or two tickets? Two tickets. I paid two something for mine. Andrews were, I think, 115 for two. Mostly what's left is four in the back. They're all good seats. Heinz Hall is absolutely beautiful. Oh my Lord.
How much are they?
I think it was like 120 for Andrews, two tickets. Mine were like 200. I'm in the balcony.
Gotcha.
First row.
Do you like the cinematography in this? So look at all those pictures, huh?
I don't like the cinematography because it looks like every other film that they're kind of making at this point in time. It's like it's blue. It's like gray blue.
I gotta admit though, you know what makes things scarier when we see lots of dark and stormy rainfall all the time.
That's what it looked like here all day today.
What?
It's like how it looked here today.
Pete Postal Wave. Do you think the father Brennan has bad breath?
No,
You think he has some Tic Tacs before meeting up with Mr. Thorne here?
probably not. I don't think they have Tic Tacs in Great Britain.
They have to have Tic Tacs in Great Britain. Turning man against his brother till man exists no more. You know what it is? This isn't fresh at this point. When The Omen came out, it was still fresh. And plus, The Omen was playing into fears the baby boomers had about having children, how, all the kids are going to be evil. And we have to treat Gen X with scorn. You know?
It's very deep. I hadn't thought about that, Boomer.
Oh, no, that's always been talked about. That was a thing. Like, there's going to be something wrong with the next generation. Gen X kind of got crapped on a bit, don't you think? A little bit. If you ever watch a Spielberg movie in the 70s and there are children in that movie, the children always look like little terrors, okay? Remember Close Encounters of the Third Kind? You don't like his kids in that, okay? Go to the
I'm
town
glad they
of
kept Bugenhagen around.
Yeah, good act. Like I said, you got some good actors in this movie in the roles. You have guy who played Dumbledore. He was in Layer Cake. What's his name? Not
Michael
Richard Harris.
Gambon.
Yeah, I think so.
See, I mean that was kind of creepy. The little red guy running by.
Yeah.
I feel like visually they try to creep it up, but Goldsmith did a fine job of that just using the score.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. I think the Omen DVD had a score only track on it. Okay, that's how important the score is to that movie. Okay, and it's I wonder if you were to if you could place the Goldsmith score over this, if this would play out better. That'd be an interesting
Yeah, I
experiment, don't you
had the
think?
same thought, and if I knew how to do
Yeah.
that, I would.
There goes
But
your hat.
again, I kind of think the set design and the cinematography and the costumes, it's just not. It feels more like Melrose Place to me.
Yeah. I have a question. Why didn't you just go into a shop?
Hmm.
Like, the local drugstore and wait out the
I mean, that
store?
would be a pain in the ass fence to climb, even if it wasn't raining.
Just go to the drugstore? I mean, ask him, can I get my heroin prescription refilled, please? Because apparently that's what he's on, right? Or was it opium? He's on something. All right. Not as good as the first one, this death here. I'm not, no. Because one thing I'm questioning when you watch the first one is, like, are these accidents? And does this look like an accident? Maybe.
This looks like way CGI.
It
The
looks like
first
a
one,
piece of CG coming into the guy. That's what it looks
yeah.
like. Yeah. Okay. And he has the stained glass shoved in his face, and it's not as good. I'm not going to try and defend it. Damien's playing a video game here. And for some reason, this makes her flipper crap. Instead of it, in the original, he's like playing with his car, right, and making rah noises and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like that. That's like, and what's interesting about that scene? That's something a kid that age would do. Okay, you're making noises with your dinosaurs or your trucks or something, and this he's just solitary playing a game, and he's not playing quietly, Kate. It's like. It'd be funny if he was playing a strategy game like Age of Empires or something, right? Like, oh wow, I've never seen someone conquer the whole world in so little time in this game or something. It's like I don't know what he's playing. It's stupid. I don't know. Old paintings in the house. That's some of the Thorne family ancestors. What do you think?
I think they checked us out of the library. They don't really strike me as people that like fine art.
He doesn't strike me as somebody that likes anything. That's my problem with him. And I'll say this might be part of the problem. In the old days, you had what was known as the star system. People know who Gregory Peck is. They've seen him in many, many classic Hollywood movies. They know Gregory Peck. Liev Schreiber, I've seen him in some things, like X-Men Origins Wolverine. If you think that rewatch isn't coming, you are going to be sadly mistaken, Mr. Birdman here. X-Men Origins Wolverine. Do you have the score to that?
No, it's not. I don't have any of. I don't think I have any.
I
of
got.
the
You guys gave me an idea for you for Christmas. Okay. The expanded X-Men Origins Wolverine score. Oh, he got pretty messed up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe you should have listened to your priest friend. You can tell this is 2006 because the websites he goes to don't have 110 ads shoving themselves into your face while you're trying to read a single article. I'm fine. Oh, this is when he's talking to the psychologist. I forgot this scene was in this. I think I was checking out at this point. Okay, so in the original, I surmised that the psychologist was in on the conspiracy, right? Do we get that feeling in this movie?
Was it a psychiatrist he was talking to, or an MD doctor? Well, I mean, a
He
psychiatrist
was
is an MD
talking to
doctor.
someone. No, he's talking to the therapist, his wife's therapist.
Okay.
Nah, he don't look like evil conspiracy guy, does he? I'm not buying him as part of the conspiracy. Okay.
Lizard people. Lizard.
Let's not go there, okay? This is just, what do you mean evil?
Zootopia, are you interested in the tickets or
He said it's possible. How much are they? Does he have your MeWe? You can always contact me
he's
over
got
there.
my phone number.
Oh my goodness.
I
We
got your
gotta have
phone
we,
number,
got- we
Boomer.
gotta have we gotta have Zootopia on for another stream at some point. We're gonna do Last Crusade at some point. I know that. Maybe
Yeah.
right before the important next Indiana Jones movie comes out. I'm sorry.
That's a year from June, Boomer.
Okay, well, that's gonna be a while then. Okay. So we got plenty of Alan Quartermain movies to do in the meantime. Just actually, those Alan Quartermain movies don't have terrible scores. Okay, I'm
Do they
trying.
not?
I don't think they do. I'm trying. I don't think they're. I didn't remember hating the music to it. I mean, granted, I think it's kind of being a Raiders knockoff, but who did the score to Alan Quartermain in The
Did
Lost
Alan
Synagogue?
Silvestri do an Alan Quartermain movie?
I'm gonna find out in a minute. Hold on.
How do you feel about Michelle Pfeiffer doing this role right here?
Better. Would have been better. Michelle Pfeiffer is a great Hollywood actress that I'd like to that even now I would still like to see in more movies. Okay. She's in a movie I really like called Into the Night with Jeff Goldblum.
Did you
Hmm?
watch the Dark Shadows remake that Tim Burton did?
I did.
Was it any good?
No,
Okay.
I feel bad because I suspect that both him and Johnny Depp are big Dark Shadows fans, and they wanted to make a good movie, but it didn't come together. I
Was Johnny Depp trying to be like Jack Sparrow?
no, he was trying to be like Barnabas Collins. Listen to me. To be fair, I don't think if they because I almost thought it was going to be like a spoof of Dark Shadows, which I wouldn't even necessarily had a problem with, but it like he's fine in it because the funny thing about him is he's a vampire from colonial times, right?
Yeah.
So his all reference point is stuff from the colonial era. So like when he meets his niece, it's like, oh, what, you're 13? You better get married quick. Those hips got to start birthing soon. Like he says that, like, inappropriate stuff. And I don't know, but it just didn't come together for me. If they had dialed it back a little bit, maybe like you know what it was? I think it was almost there. It was it could have almost been an okay movie, but no, it didn't work for me. Okay, I'm sorry. At this point, Damien, he's causing this. Like in the first one you're running, is it an accident? Did he really do it?
Yeah.
How does she survive this fall?
I feel like that fall was a lot higher than the first one.
That was a lot higher than the first one. It's a floor up, and this one it's like 2 floors up.
I would think she would have had like a
Like if
severe
she had like hit a
cerebral hit
table or
rate.
something, like if the table broke, I don't know. Like I know physics, okay? This is just it's
I did like the music leading up to it, though. That was one of the brighter spots of the score for me.
right. I also feel like her execution scene is not nearly as good as the first one. Here's another problem I think I have with this movie. I think in some ways it takes itself too seriously. I think a lot of good horror movies to me have at least a hint of humor in them in some places. Even the original Omen kind of does because there's just some an outlandishness to it all that I mean, maybe that's why I like the second one so much because there are more humorous parts in that. But like here, everything like he is stone faced throughout the entire picture. Don't let him kill me. Ominous music. Yeah, it's everything's ominous in this movie. It's just it's. Clue should be fun next week.
I am looking forward to some lighter fare.
Yeah, I like Clue a lot. It's a good classic 80s movie. And I like the title track by Bill Haley and his Comets, Shake, Rattle, and Roll, remember?
It's been a while, my friend.
Okay, well, okay. I wonder if Clue is streaming on HBO Max. I'll have to go check. You get HBO Max, correct?
I haven't figured out how to log in, but I do have it.
Get on the chat with the person who's supposed to give you the free HBO Max and stay on the line with them for an hour and until they get you in. You got to get your HBO Max set up. There is a huge movie selection on there. My name is Keith Jennings. I'm the photographer. Okay. He has an awful nice house, apartment. Be fair, though, he could be an award-winning photographer, right? I think that's how they explained it in Batman. She's a fashion photographer, right? So that's probably how she made a lot of her money, Vicky Vale. But she wants to do more serious work. I think that's the impression I got. Has there ever been a remake you liked as much, if not more, than the original, Daniel?
I'll go with no.
I must have some examples. I like The Crazies. The remake of The Crazies was pretty good. That was a remake of a George Romero movie. The George Romero movie is good too, but I like the fact that The Crazies is about a pandemic that explodes in a small town and about how the federal government goes nuts and becomes all authoritarian in the small town, getting rid of the local government. Not that it was a predictor of anything, but anyway, the remake is more of a straight up horror movie, even though it touches on some of the same issues. Okay. Oh no, we're an hour into this. Okay, you know what it is? It's like we're watching the same movie again. That's what it is. And the problem is when you're watching this movie, you're saying is that I saw this before and I liked it better, and I don't like the lead. How are your dogs doing lately? He disappeared. Okay.
I'm sorry. The Wolfpack's good. Someone was chewing on something, but I can't figure out who it is. But no, the Wolfpack's good. Thank you for asking.
All right.
Took a little 1/5 on a road trip with me the other day to Rebecca's house. I mean, he always goes if I'm out of town for the night.
Gotcha.
He doesn't do good if I'm not home at night. So
you didn't like the nanny as much as in the first one.
No, I think she's got a couple of moments, but overall, I just don't buy her as an evil British nanny.
Yeah, and then she crashes into a window. Actually, that's another problem. Mia Farrow's nanny isn't British. The Mrs. Baylock in this, she's not British, is she? She doesn't have an accent. Does she?
Not that I can tell.
No, that's a problem. Like Mrs. Baylock, I don't even think she sounded English. I think she was sounded more Irish or Scottish, right? She was like had.
I don't think she sounds Scottish to me.
Well, maybe she was supposed to be Irish. She had like a thicker, maybe a different part of England. She had like a thicker accent than the other people in the movie. It's just, are these all Bible pages covering the walls? Keep evil out. You know what it is? I think I'm bored because I know that nothing's really going to be different in this version, right? It's all going to go to the same spot. And then I'm thinking, well, at least we'll get some interesting sequels, and then we don't get any sequels. And apparently this movie did well.
Its budget was 25. It did about $130 million.
So there's no sequel. Apparently there was a prequel idea. In April of 2016, 20th Century Fox announced that a prequel film titled The First Omen was in development with Antonio Campos signed on to direct. I don't think that movie will ever happen.
You don't think
Antonio,
Disney would make a
I don't think Disney's making an Omen movie. No.
Disney Plus series? The Omen, the early years.
Well, it would probably be a Hulu series. Oh, that's our adult station where they're doing that Alien series, which I have no interest in. But anyway. Okay, can we wrap it up? Can they go to the hospital? You know what it is? Are you feeling suspense in this movie?
No,
And I wonder if it's because we saw the original. But when I watch the original, I still feel the suspense, even when I'm watching it a second time. See, I'd like to know someone who saw this and didn't see the original for the original before they saw this, what they thought of it. What were they engaged? Okay. Because the cast sounds fine on paper. You know, Liev Schreiber, makes the one of his three expressions, he makes the entire movie. I'm sorry. We got smoking, huh? Can't do that in a Disney movie. Was your son born at 6 a.m.?
I was born at 9:32 a.m. What about you, Boomer?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Did your mama never tell you?
I think she told me. I don't know. I should ask her again. I don't know. I should have been born at the stroke of midnight. What do you think, huh? Oh, it's my problem. You see, it's also my problem.
I mean, I think he does a good job playing the photographer. Hey, Olive.
Would you see that as an omen, or would you just think that was like a glare on the?
Given everything else, I'd be like, this is weird.
Here's another thing too. Are these omens things that the devil's doing, or are these just acts of fate because what has been prophesied has to be? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like if it's in the book of Revelations, the Antichrist has to rise to power, nothing can stop that from happening. It reminded me of I think there was a science fiction story written where a man goes back in time to try and stop Christ's crucifixion, but things keep getting him in the way of letting it happen. Do you understand? And then,
Well, I mean, God could have stopped it if he wanted to.
well, that's the point. But I think stuff happens. He gets interfered with and stuff like that. I think he was, so it's, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so they're in Italy now, right? Everything is blue in this.
I'm telling you.
Did you have a good Halloween?
Did I have a good Halloween? It was good. I went trick or treating with the kids.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah. What about you?
I just hung out here. I told you on Geeky Geezers, we did probably the one and only movie stream I'll do on that show. But we did a rewatch of The Evil with classic 1978 horror movie, which you can watch for free on Shout Factory.
What did you do during the day? Did you do anything Halloweeny?
No, I did get breakfast at Skittles, the Skillets.
Okay.
Keep calling it Skittles, Skillets, and they had pumpkin pancake special. And you know what I decided to get?
Sounds tasty.
I got the banana pancake with
Okay.
almonds. With no, I'm not doing no pumpkin pancakes. And then after I ordered the banana pancakes, I said maybe I should have done the pumpkin pancakes. But we make decisions. Think about it, my life could have gone on a different trajectory if I'd gotten the pumpkin pancakes. Okay.
True. Like the waitress might have thought, "Wow, this guy's so hot ordering pumpkin pancakes."
Well, I don't know about that.
Here.
Okay. The pumpkin pancakes came with bacon, but I wanted to get the chicken sausage or whatever it is, the chicken apple sausage. But maybe if I got in the bacon, I don't know. Could have been the last time I could have had bacon when it becomes impossible to find, for the next 10 years. Yeah.
God, this movie's just like so blue. Oh my
This
lord.
movie makes me blue watching it, okay? Now we get snow. We get little flakes of snow. Do they have snow in Italy?
Yeah.
All right. I always think Italy, it's always like,
No, snow's up in the
climate.
mountains.
All right. He's getting himself a little coffee or cappuccino, whatever they have up there, huh? Italy, nice place.
Oh. This movie makes me like Omen 3 that much more.
Oh no. I think you're right. Omen 3 is more entertaining than this movie. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in Omen 3 I don't like, but there's also stuff I do like. Like you have to love Sam Neill as Damien Thorne, right? Come on.
He has
He has screen presence. He has screen presence in that movie. So yeah, that's good. Which some of the actors in this don't have.
I think Sir David here is the best character in this movie.
Who?
Sir David, the loose, whatever, the photographer, the picture guy.
Photographer, yes. No,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. No, seriously. He's more engaged in this than I don't know what it is. Gregory Peck, he can just deliver lines like when he has that saying, I want Damien to die too, and he says it, and it's just the weight. Whenever Gregory Peck talks, there's weight to what he says, and there's no weight to anything coming out of Shriver's mouth here. Now, I don't know. Who would you have picked for the role of Mr. Thorne here, huh?
Someone older.
Hugh Jackman. No, I'm kidding. He's always my go-to. I don't know. Robert Thorne. Who would I have picked?
Orson Welles.
Who?
Orson Welles.
No, for this version.
Orson Welles.
He wasn't alive.
Well, if you're going to tie my hands with stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm going to tie your hands with actors that had to have been in existence at the time of the production of the movie. I'm a stickler that way, okay? Mm-hmm. Who would I have picked? Uh-oh. I'm running into trouble now. David Schwimmer. Boom.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know why. Okay. Now we have
Boomer, I apologize for not getting your Halloween present to you in time for Halloween.
Fine. Just send it to me with the Christmas present.
I'm going to just roll Halloween, Christmas, and you just can have a bunch of stuff to open.
Oh my goodness, dude. Don't go into any trouble on my part. Look at this. Look at that face. Is that supposed to make him look like a demon, like he got burned so bad now he looks like a demon? Is that what I'm getting?
I think so. I think it was just trying to be creepy. And I'm like, okay.
Like, is he still evil, or is he trying to seek forgiveness at this point? Like I almost get the impression like he'll say, "Hey, I saw my son." And he just starts doing this horrible hissing laugh, and you know, Rubber Thorn starts wailing on him. We don't get that scene though. Okay, like wouldn't you have come back here and started beating the crap out of this guy after you saw the body of your infant son with the head caved in? I don't know.
I feel like I get emails like once a week about something I've ordered has been delayed another month.
These are interesting times we're living in. Look at that. Gonna go ahead and write stuff down.
I ordered Charlie Brown Halloween LP soundtrack, I think in July or August.
Still hasn't come.
I got an email saying it's been delayed. If it's delayed longer than 30 days from the date of this email, your money will be refunded. It hasn't shown up, and maybe I got the refund. I don't know.
You need to like write to them and say, "Show me the money."
Yeah.
I have the soundtrack to the Charlie Brown Christmas. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've got that. This was they made the LP look like a pumpkin.
Oh, neat.
I think it was a Tower Records exclusive that apparently they never got. So
I almost got the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack on vinyl. Apparently, from what I heard, there was a ship that got sunk in the Pacific, and I think it had my record on it because I never got it. I eventually just canceled the order.
yeah,
I have it on
like
CD, but
I like the music right here, but it's still not the Goldsmith score.
Now, I mean, I give it points. I mean, the other scene, they at least try to make it look different. You have the snow, little flakes of snow, and the deformed priest, who, frankly, I don't know if I kind of keep lingering on his face. In the original, it's kind of shrouded, and then you see it pop out. Remember that?
Yeah.
There's a bit of ludicrousness in the first Omen movie. Okay, I'm not trying to take these movies as this is how it's going to happen according to at least the biblical prophecy. Okay, this is just it's kind of sensationalistic. Do you understand? And this, I just feel this movie just takes this way too seriously. Boo! Is that an upside down cross as the grave marker?
Maybe it's just a cross that's sunken down into the earth over time.
Yeah.
We have mailboxes around here that have just sunken down over time. And actually, St. Peter was crucified on an inverted cross.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily a satanic symbol.
Yeah, in fact, I don't know where that comes from.
Much like the swastika wasn't associated with the German socialist, nationalist, whatever.
Well, there's a Buddhist symbol that looks like that, but it's in reverse. Yeah. Of course, I don't know if the other thing had something like that. I'm trying to think.
But one thing that really does just like grind my gears.
Or is it a
Shinto? It's people who wear rosaries as necklaces.
No, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, it's not. That's not what it's for. You can get plenty of cross necklaces if you want to wear a cross necklace. Don't do that. All right. So they're going to open the grave now, right? Oh, did I ever tell you I knew a priest that was an exorcist?
That's pretty freaky.
Yeah, he told us some things. He had his own theories on the devil. He said that the devil couldn't have come from one of the higher order of angels. Something he said. Yeah, he would talk. I mean, he was giving a class for like people trying to learn how to teach the CCD classes at my parish, but anybody could attend them. So because oftentimes the kids will say, "Why is this? Why is it this way? And why is it?" So you go to him, and he knew everything. But yeah, he passed away right before the pandemic hit. So there's the jackal. Is this jackal more impressive than the jackal in the first movie?
I think the one in the first movie was more shocking because I wasn't really expecting that.
Is that the problem? We're just expecting everything. Like, could they have switched things
I
up a
mean,
little bit?
maybe so.
They switched up the score.
Yeah.
They do change some things in this, though. Do they go back to London or do they go from here to Israel?
Go to Israel.
I think he finds out about his wife's death over the phone, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he doesn't find, yeah, and then he just doesn't go visit or take care of the funeral arrangements. He goes straight to Israel, I think.
Have you seen the new um Venom movie?
I have not. Have you?
No, I didn't see the first one.
The first one is a movie. Are these Rottweilers?
These are not Rottweilers.
What are they then?
Are they not the German Shepherds?
I don't know. I can't see because they don't linger on them long enough. Listen to me. I once made an argument that when people look at the demise of the superhero genre movie, that they would look at Venom as a starting point. Okay.
No, those are Rottweilers.
Yeah. See.
I should have been paying more attention the first time.
Yeah, you should have. Someone's not taking the rewatch seriously.
Well, I felt like I already watched it.
That's why when you said, let's do the remake, and I'm like, are you sure? That'll be interesting. And I thought we were originally going to do it like 1 week apart. Like we would do the original and we do the remake right after. Be like, we're doing the same movie again. Okay. This is a part where it's actually not as good as the original in any shape. Hi, can I go deliver some flowers? No guess. Also, like the security guard gets gets like drained of his will by little Damien there. I don't like this Damien as much. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't either.
What else did this kid go on to do? I'm gonna find out. Tell me I like to pick on children. Okay, let me see here. Okay. Uh Harvey Spencer Stevens. Uh-oh. um what's this about an arrest? Yikes. Okay.
What happened?
On 13th of January 2017, Stevens was given a suspended prison sentence for a road rage attack on two cyclists at Toys Hill, Western Kent on August 21st, 2016. Okay, so 10 years after this movie came out, he had a road rage incident. After getting out of
Wow.
his car, Stevens punched Richardson, knocking him unconscious, which prompted Manley to intervene. Stevens responded by asking Manley, "You want some, do you?" before punching him twice in the face, causing him to fall on his back with his bicycle still between his legs. Stevenson held him down and punched him 6 or 7 times, inflicting dental injuries and damaging his helmet. Yikes! In
Wow.
2017, at Mendelssohn Crown Court, Judge Martin Joy sentenced Stevens 12 months in jail, suspended 2 years for causing bodily harm, and to 2 months also suspended for 2 years for criminal damage. Okay, well, that might be why we haven't seen him in any movies lately. Steven appears on the Howard Stern radio in 2008 to promote the film he was working on. Okay. And he appears at horror conventions to sign with his tricycle to sign photos. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I apologize. That's the original Damien actor. Hold on. Who played okay, I'm sorry. I was on the wrong casting. That's the original Damien that beat the guy to between an inch of his life.
You know,
Okay, what do you think?
this scene is probably the creepiest part of the movie,
I
maybe.
don't like it at all. I think it's dumb. I like the original where she goes flying out the window. No, this is not. This is just merciless and creepy. And again, where's the security? We have this scene with them looking at the kid and just not doing anything. Okay, this Damien actually has kind of a career going. He was in Moonrise Kingdom.
Hmm.
Okay, did you like that one?
Didn't see it.
It's a Wes Anderson movie.
Okay.
In 2017, he was in The Dinner.
Wes Anderson's got a new movie coming out called The French Dispatch.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. People either
For,
I notice with Wes Anderson, people love him or hate him. I actually do like his movies, but
for what it's worth, I have the soundtrack on vinyl pre-ordered. We'll
mhm.
see if it gets delayed like every other vinyl I have ordered in the past 6 months.
Yeah, but he's had an okay career. He shows up in different things. He played a teenage Bobby Fischer in Pawn Sacrifice. Okay, so well, we so did you like that story about the original Damien? What happened with him? Okay,
That's kind of hardcore.
okay, yes, he sounded like a soccer hooligan. Okay, that's what he sounded. All right.
So Boomer, do you like your Rachel Nichols in a two-piece bathing suit or
Oh,
in
stop it!
like a slinky
Stop.
tank top or
She's
or or a leather bodysuit? What's your preference?
um, yeah, the bodysuit. Anyway, let's move on.
Bodysuit? Okay.
This is another dumb one.
Or
It's another dream that.
or topless from
Oh,
behind.
stop it. Okay, let's not. Let's
That's
not. Let's not get obscene here. Okay, come on.
a beautiful woman's body is not obscene.
All right, whatever. Okay. Are we watching the movie? Did you miss that creepy dream sequence with the evil little baby and the evil priest like snarling at him? I would go back there and I would start wailing on that dude in the wheelchair. Okay. I would like shove my infant son's skeleton in his face and start beating him with it. But said we have Leaf Driver. Okay, I guess we go to Megiddo to talk to somebody, and I don't know. I noticed there are lights on in this hotel room, except they're not really giving off any light because it's like pitch black. I'm just saying.
It kind of reminds me of my house, but
Yeah, Clue's gonna be more fun. Unless I'm telling you, if you want to cancel Clue and maybe we can do that Omen 4 rewatch, huh?
I think I'm all opened out.
Okay, you know something? You've been fighting me every step of the way.
I was all about Omen month. I was excited about
We
it.
didn't get an Omen 2 to this. We didn't get Omen 2. We didn't get the Robert Thorne's brother and the soap opera stuff and preteen Damien causing shenanigans. We don't get that. We get no sequel because nobody cared. We're gonna get a prequel because why? I bet the prequel would end with that jackal though, huh? You think?
Yeah.
Even Israel looks blue in this, huh? Am I wrong?
It's blue. Would you go to the Middle East if you had the opportunity?
I don't know. I'm leaning negative right now, but I'd have to be presented. How about yourself? Would you go?
If I thought I
I
could
don't
come
know.
back alive,
I
certainly.
don't know. Maybe I would. I don't know. Years ago, I would have said no, but I don't know. Maybe I'm more adventuresome since I'm getting older. I don't know. How about you? Ever desire to go to Israel or any of the other countries over there? What do you think? Huh?
I would go all over there.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid they would mistake me for being British and kidnap me, and I'd be like, I'm not British, and they're like, well, you look British. I'm like, I'm not.
Bugenhagen. All right, let me see here.
Well, the cinematographer in this film, Jonathan Sela, was born April 29th, 1978. He's a French-born Israeli cinematographer. Shot
Okay.
numerous commercials, music videos, and feature films, including John Wick, The Midnight Meat Train. Okay.
Oh, really? Oh, I like Midnight Meat Train.
Okay, that's great.
It's not.
Transformers: The Last
It's
Night,
not a porno. If
Deadpool
that's what
2.
you're thinking. Okay.
Okay, well, with that title, I'm just saying.
I'm just okay.
He's got
That's a
an
good horror movie.
MTV Video Music Award for Best Cinematography.
For what movie?
I don't know.
Or was it for a video? All right, here. So, again, everything is like clouded in shadow, like he's underground and everything is shadow and candles. Whereas in the original one, it's just daylight. Okay, just I think if everything is ominous all the time, when things do get ominous, you don't feel it. Am I wrong
Yeah.
here?
Marco
But
Beltrami went to Yale. I did not know that.
really,
And Brown.
okay. Who's playing the priest here?
You know, the Berkeley School of Music, they have a free trial program you can take in film scoring.
Really?
I was thinking about taking it.
Hey, it'd be interesting. You'd at least have some, yeah.
Yeah,
Michael Gambon.
you can get an entire degree online from them in film scoring.
Cool.
Yeah, well, it's not cheap.
Well, then think about it. All right.
Yeah.
How about you? You ever pick up any instruments, Daniel?
Do what?
You ever play any instruments? You got a guitar lying about?
I got piano.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Piano's cool. Okay. So this is his reversal. So is this the most emotional we see him in this movie? Maybe. What do you think? Huh?
Probably so, but in the first one, I feel like I keep saying that tonight. In the first one, I felt like there was an actual conflict going on here. I'm just like, you want me to stab a child? This is insane.
It's all superstitious mumbo jumbo voodoo horse shit, and I'm not going to get involved in it. That's a famous line from an Italian horror movie. This is mumbo jumbo voodoo horse shit, and I this is not as good a decapitation at all. This is just lame. I don't like it at all. Worst kill in the movie. Oh, look, the hammer is gonna hit this and it's gonna swivel around, and it's just like, what is that anyway? It's just it comes around and there goes his head. Like, did somebody sharpen that up ahead of time and just leave it lying in wait? With the sheet of glass or the glass pane, at least that made more sense to me. Okay, no.
And how did you not have to check those bags? I mean, those knives in your luggage.
I'm Ambassador Thorn.
I'll let you just.
I don't. I already know the. I don't. I don't care if you're Elvis Presley. You're to give me those knives, okay? It's like, yeah. How did he get those knives through? Maybe it's a private plane, huh? You ever think about that?
Probably so.
Maybe it's like Air Force 5 or something, right? President's a good friend of his. Hey, just take the fifth Air Force plane. Again, more rain, because rain is creepy, and thundering and lightning as well. Look at that sink with the dripping faucet. I'm terrified already. That's symbolic. That's symbolic of like blood being shed. Is the chat still with us?
No one said anything for a while. Everyone's still awake.
I'm sorry, guys. This is held up worse, and it's not. Part of me wants to say, what's wrong with it? Is it objectively? Is it badly shot? Not necessarily. Are the actors bad? Not necessarily. It's just that it's in a very large shadow that it can't get out of. That's the problem with this movie.
So, if they had never made the first Omen film, would this have been a good film for you?
I don't know. I want to say no. I don't think so. I think there's something about it being. I think Richard Donner. Okay. Accomplished director.
Okay, like continuity here. How did they go from the German Shepherd, the one German, to all these Rottweilers in the house?
Nothing about this scene makes sense. This is, and we don't even get. Do we finally get the part of him at least looking? Is this the pantry? It's like the pantry from The Shining. What is this?
I'd like to have a pantry like that.
I like that he raises the door up and just, okay. That's kind of neat. Okay.
Speaking about pantries, I have a mouse or mice in mine. I've been like prepping food for like right at 2 years. This is the first instance I've had of a mouse getting into anything.
Well, you could set traps. I would also guard your food. How about your dogs? Could they sniff them out? Maybe?
I've had Elizabeth out in the garage for 2 days now, and she's gotten me nothing. I'm like, Ditto had been out there, he would have gotten that mouse like by lunchtime the first day. Just saying, Elizabeth, I still love you, but Ditto would have taken care of it for me.
Look at the sweat on his cheek, though, huh? It's those little details. I'm not scared. I don't.
We've gone from
It's all
blue
the
to
lightning. It's
brown.
all the lightning. It's all the lightning. It's like it's a cliche at this point. Go ahead.
Oh, I said we've gone from blue to brown.
When this happens in the original, it's a very quiet scene. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
Here, there's like thundering and lightning. There are dogs running all over the place. It's just it's. Now, I didn't watch the review for this, but I believe that this got 2 thumbs up from Ebert and Roper, didn't it, when it came out?
Roger Ebert liked it.
Yeah, I think Roper did too. I should have looked up Mark Kermode's review of this and wonder what he thought of it.
And I
Okay,
was
again,
kind of looking forward to this film, and then I'm just kind of like, I guess I wanted
well,
it
you
to
were
be good.
curious. You were
It
curious,
wasn't.
and
Yeah.
and it had a good cast. There was no reason why this couldn't have been a good movie in its own right. As I said, I'm not against remakes. It's just that too often, especially these days, just remakes just they're not good movies. That's the problem with them. Kids screaming. Where'd you get the hammer from?
Soul Ship?
Should that have been set up earlier, like someone's playing croquet or something, or I don't know. I'll say this about this scene. This does make his speeding away make more sense than the original. Like in the original, I might have like slowed it down. Like he busts out of there, but
Yeah.
he just ran over that woman. So
You're very correct, Jonathan. Blind Dog did kill good. He was very good at catching mice.
okay, so you got the cops after you. Just explain to him that you got the devil's child in your possession, and you got to
Logic
help me.
makes perfect sense.
Maybe you explain it to the police, and they would have helped him. Okay.
And I'm just saying, if at this point I was all in, I'm gonna have to kill this child, I would definitely shut him up in this car. I mean, you're not screaming in this car.
I hear you're out in Texas. The sheriff comes by, sees the dead body. All you gotta say is, "Sorry, sheriff, but he needed killing." Well, that's good enough for me. Okay. It's just it's uh this is
I mean, the
stupid.
car chase was better than the first time around.
You know what the problem is? I think the original movie. It's also a lot of accidental stuff. They have to go. They have to go. They have to film at the Pinewood Studio, so of course you have to cast British actors. So we'll just set it in England, okay? Like they did with a lot of the productions when they had to shoot over in England. And I think a lot of the things in it happened maybe in some ways by accident. I don't know. It just okay. He's saying the Lord's Prayer. That's interesting. But again, I didn't get the impression he was religious. Like he's elapsed.
Everyone knows the Our Father, don't they?
Well, yeah,
Don't they?
it's common between all Christian denominations, I believe. Yeah, so it's. He looks creepy there. Please, Daddy, don't. Like he looks like the devil right there. Okay. Boy, they don't mess
Yeah,
around over in
I
the
am amazed
UK.
the SWAT team just happened to show up. They just happened to know
He is
that.
covered head to toe. Okay. All right. So we get the funeral. I'm bored by now, though. I'm not like in the original. You're anticipating what happens next. Like, what happened? Is this the funeral? What's going to happen? And then you see little Damien holding the hand of the president, and it's creepy. Okay, and he turns around and does that smile, right? And it's just in this. Like, look at this. You got the taps to the nines. Oh, we have to have these images of the Vatican, and I guess of the Pope dying, which popes die. It's not. I don't know. I don't really know what the significance of that is supposed to be. Okay.
I mean, every pope that's ever lived has died.
Is this like evil shrine? Are we going to get the anti-pope next? Is that what's going to happen? I mean, I don't know. Were they planning a sequel? No, they were planning a prequel, which never got made. So I don't know what the plot of this is. In fact, I wonder the Vatican stuff and this stuff. To be fair, I think is kind of superfluous. I'm going to say it's bad, but it's like, does it affect the story? Does it affect the story in any way? Okay. I mean, it'd be one thing. It says, contact Father Brennan and have him dig a Megiddo or something. You know, I mean, like if like maybe they had tied it that way, like we have to find the daggers, and like they sent their archaeologist priest down there. Like if they tied it in that way, that could have been something why we have these Vatican scenes, because they know they have to find a weapon. But nothing. And we have the kid. I don't like him. He's not as good as Damien. I'm sorry. He's gonna do the smile and then just I want to slap him. Okay. The thing about the Damien in the first movie is he looks like a genuine innocent child, like a normal kid. Whereas the kid in this movie is just weird. Okay. I do think these are the best credits ever, though, huh? Nice font.
Surprised they're not blue.
Yeah, they should be blue. No, they should be red, huh? Okay, happy Halloween, everybody.
I hope you enjoyed Omen Month. You have Boomer to thank for this.
No, I don't have. Don't thank me. I was gonna do a Devil Month, Satan Month, and then you were wanting to do the remake of the Omen. I figured we're gonna do the remake of the original. We might as well do all four. Okay.
It was a good idea. I mean,
I neglected to think that we had a fifth one with Omen 4, with selections of Goldsmith tracks from different movies shoved into random scenes. I guess so they can sell it over in Europe. And
The Departed was the remake, Jonathan?
Huh? Oh, The Departed is a remake of I believe a Thai movie. Oh, what's the name? I have it on I have it. It was actually a trilogy in Thailand. I believe it was, or was it a Hong Kong? It might have been a Hong Kong. Was it a Hong Kong movie? I got to find that out now.
See, here we got the Goldsmith. Why can't we just spread this out throughout the film?
Hey, it's like the HBO Perry Mason series. I'm watching it all throughout, and where's the Perry Mason theme? Where's the Perry Mason theme? Finally, at the end of the last episode, we go to credits. You get the Perry Mason theme. Finally, because I guess that's like a prequel as how he became the Perry Mason we know. But still, what am I looking for though? The Departed is a remake of what? This is what happens when you've been having bad sleep all weekend because of the hammering. Okay. Infernal Affairs, Hong Kong. Yes, it was a Hong Kong movie. It was actually a trilogy over there, not just a single film. But yeah, they did a good job because it's Scorsese. If Scorsese had done the Omen remake, it would have been interesting. Okay. Scorsese did a remake of Cape Fear. That might be interesting sometime. You ever want to do the original Cape Fear and then do the remake again because they use the exact same score.
That same score, yeah.
All right. So, Omen remake. Yay, nay? Okay. It's okay.
I always enjoy hanging out with you for an evening, Boomer, so it's not a complete loss to my life.
If you were on a plane and they had something on to watch, you could watch the Omen remake. Okay. And, it's not terrible. It's also not that good. But anyway, I'm glad this is done. We didn't get any sequels, which kind of, in my opinion, negates the whole point of making an Omen remake, so you can at least get the sequels right. But we don't get any sequels. We did get I think an Omen television series where, and I think that's more of a sequel to the original movie, not this one. Don't know why. Oh, there's a special thanks to Richard Donner at the end. I would have thanked him more if they'd gotten him back to direct it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Here's another thing I don't understand. When directors get too old, they think they can't direct anymore unless they're like Scorsese and Spielberg. Couldn't they call Richard Donner up, please direct the remake? I mean, right?
I mean, especially if you get top-notch second unit directors and everything.
I think Donner could have come back and done the remake.
I think so.
Okay, well, this was not interesting. But I hope y'all in the audience were entertained more than we were. Okay. This had a great trailer, though. I will say this: the trailer for this movie, it starts out with some guy. I think he's nailing something to his roof. That's not the trailer I'm looking for. Okay. Actually, I'll say this: check out the trailers. The trailers are actually better than the movie. And you see this guy, he's nailing, he's making a cross, and I think he's nailing into the house, and like the clouds are ominous. Like if this had been the movie about this family on the farm, it might have been more interesting. Okay. You don't have access to the trailers, do you, Daniel?
They're on YouTube.
Okay, well they're interesting.
Yeah, I watched them on YouTube.
Oh, you didn't watch the trailers? They're not bad. The trailers for this weren't bad. This was a good ad campaign. This is why people got excited for it. You have like the family farm, and like they're making crosses, and you realize they're putting crosses all over the house. And it's like they know the world's gonna end, and all the other houses in the neighborhood have the crosses on their houses because they know in this small town America that the end is nigh. Okay, 666, this day will come, and I'm excited. I'm hyped with that commercial. No. Remakes. Okay,
I'm
so
gonna have to think really hard about one remake that I actually like.
I'll say this: The Crazies, good remake of a George Romero movie. Like I'm not a fan of the Dawn of the Dead remake because that's a classic Romero movie, but I thought the remake of The Crazies was pretty good. It's got Timothy Olyphant in it. You like him?
Something.
He was on Justified. Okay, all right, never mind. All right, okay. Let me look on HBO Max. I want to see if Clue is on there. Okay, let's see where Clue is streaming, huh? Because if it's on there, you could save yourself a rental fee, dude. If you can just get your HBO Max working.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't buy this because it was $15 to buy it. I'm like, I can rent it twice for less than
No. Yes, I'm sorry. These weren't streaming anywhere. One thing I think we want to think about is if you have access to streaming services, we can start picking some movies that are on them. Clue. Where is Clue? Is Clue on here? Clueless. You like Clueless, huh?
Oh,
no?
With
Alicia Silverstein.
I thought it was Reese Witherspoon.
No, that's Alicia. No, you're thinking of the one where she's the Legally Blonde.
Okay. Jonathan says Ocean's 11. That was a remake.
Not bad. I like Ocean's 11. The Ocean's movies, I didn't watch the last one, Ocean's 8, but the first three, I had kind of a soft spot for. They got more interesting because it was interesting how characters from the earlier movies show up in later movies that were like villains, and they're still showing up in future movies even though they're not the main antagonists. Okay, Home Alone is not on HBO Max either. You suck, HBO Max. What is Clue streaming on? Let's see if I can find out. Clue is streaming on Clue movie streaming. You watch it for free on Pluto TV. I think you have to watch it with commercials though. Okay. Have you ever seen Clue, Daniel?
Yeah. I grew up in the 80s. I had a VCR.
All right. I'm just asking. It's a rental on Google Play for $2.99. Let me see what it's being. I think it might be on Amazon. Hold on, let me look. Let's see here. You know, one movie we got to do at some points though is The Untouchables. Maybe in the new year.
We'll have to get Troy on for that.
Ennio Morricone. Yeah. All right.
I just got a lot. I think it was nine Morricone soundtracks off eBay this week.
I think they remade Clue, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute. You know what Clue is on? Paramount Plus. I'm all set. Paramount Plus, my favorite streaming service.
That's your mortal enemy.
I'm gonna be all excited. I'm all set for Clue. We're gonna get it rigged up on Wednesday night, and it says sorry, it was moved 2 days ago to go to AMC Plus. Sorry.
Yeah.
Watch some more crappy Star Trek series. Okay, that's what. Oh, I gotta see if it's on here now. That's what Amazon told me. We know Amazon is trustworthy. Okay. And Blue's Clues. I'm not watching that. Yeah, Clue is on here.
Okay.
Excited. I like the actors in this too.
Well, everyone, tune in next week for like the only rewatch show we'll have all month, which will be Clue. The following Wednesday, I will be out of town. I have a concert to go to. The following week is Thanksgiving, but we'll be on just for a little informal chit chat. Nothing big.
We'll be on for chit chatting about cool stuff like Black Friday deals.
Yes.
If there are
and what we're thankful for. Let's not forget that. The true meaning of the season.
I'll be thankful for some bacon on my turkey, or just the turkey in general. I'll be thankful for that if I can get one. But anyway, we'll talk more about that later.
And then we'll be kicking off Christmas rewatches. We got 4 films picked out. I'm waiting to hear back from some potential guests to determine the order. But
cool. I'm looking forward to Clue though. That's a good something lighter touch. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for that. Chris P will be joining us next week for Clue.
Yep. I look forward to it. Okay.
Are you really having trouble finding a turkey for Thanksgiving?
Well, it's still early in the month yet. Apparently Aldi's has them. Oh, I forgot about the French maid. She looks decent. Anyway, okay, let's I'm watching the trailer real quick. Okay. Okay. I forgot Susan Sarandon's in this movie, isn't she? Oh no, that's not Susan Sarandon. That's the actress I always confuse with Susan Sarandon. Okay, I'll stop talking now. People are probably ready to throw things at me. All right.
Anyways, everyone, as always, adopt, don't shop. Thank you for coming by. Keep enjoying great film scores. Thank you for tuning in to Omen Months. Next Halloween, we'll have to do something not quite as repetitive, but we'll sort it out. Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.